Hello, my name is Madeline Felan, and today I will be talking to you about Spanish 2 verbs. So to start off with some basics, 3 types of verbs are AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs. Verbs with AR, ER, and IR endings are called infinitives, which consist of a stem and an ending. For example, pagar has an AR ending. Now, how to conjugate regular verbs with subject pronouns. So with regular verbs, the stem does not change, but when conjugated, the ending changes. For example, with AR verb endings, yo would end in o, tú would end in as, él, ella, or usted would end in a, nosotros and nosotras would end in amos, and ellos, ellas, and ustedes would end in an. We can take the previous example pagar and conjugate it now for ellos, ellas, and ustedes. When you're doing that, the AR ending will drop and it'll change to an, so it'd be ellos pagan. In Spanish 2, we learned about something called a subjunctive mood. A subjunctive mood is a mood rather than a tense and is used to express a wish, doubt, or possibility. The presence of que usually indicates subjunctive. For example, with the word dar, it would be yo de, tú des, él, ella, usted, de, nosotros y nosotras demos, and ellos, ellas, ustedes den. Another example will be with saber, where it would be yo sepa, tú sepas, él, ella, usted sepa, nosotros y nosotras sepamos, ellos, ellas, ustedes sepan. And lastly, we have ir, where it would be yo vaya, tú vayas, él, ella, usted vaya, nosotros y nosotras vayamos, ellos, ellas, and ustedes vayan. Imperfect subjunctives are used to express things the speaker wants to happen or wants others to do. For example, querer. So it would be yo quisiera, tú quisieras, él, ella, usted quisiera, nosotros y nosotras quisiéramos, and ellos, ellas, ustedes quisieran. Next, we have imperative tense, which is used to give commands in 2 forms, familiar, tú, and formal, usted or ustedes. When you use a Spanish subject pronoun tú, AR verb endings will be a, and ER and IR verb endings will be e. For usted, AR will end in e, and ER and IR verbs will end in a. Finally, for ustedes, AR verbs will end in n, and ER and IR verbs will end in an. Now I'd like to go over some of our irregular verbs that we've learned in Spanish 2.2. Irregular verbs have irregular endings, so they're not like conjugations we've learned before. These include conocer, saber, dar, decir, elegir, ser, traer, ver, ir, hacer, and estar. As we look at these irregular verbs, I'd like you to take notice that each chart will show you how to conjugate them in present tense, imperfect tense, past tense or preterite tense, future tense, and subjunctive mood. Let's get started. To start us off, we have the irregular verb saber, which is to know a fact or to know how to do something. Saber refers to names, addresses, subjects, abilities that can be taught, numbers, and directions. Next, we have conocer, which is to know a person, object, or place. Conocer refers to a person, place, thing, or some other knowledge acquired firsthand. Our third verb is dar, which means to give. Our fourth verb is decir, which means to say or to speak. Elegir means to elect, select, or choose. Ser means to be. Traer means to bring. Ver means to see. Ir means to go. Hacer means to do or to make. And lastly, estar means to be. I hope you paid very close attention to this lesson and all of the ways to conjugate irregular and regular verbs, because now it is time for review. You may pause the video after each question and answer it as best as you can before clicking play to reveal the answer. I hope you did good on the quiz and learned a lot during this lesson. Here are a few extra study materials I have put together. I have a slideshow of verbs from Spanish 1 and a Quizlet for verbs I've discussed with you.